Okay, we're going to be looking at some vegan memes and ranking them, and we'll see what's out there, what the quality of this meme niche is. Vegan, I don't eat meat because I respect nature. Nature. Yeah, okay, so it's a good picture. It's pretty ghastly. Obviously, that mouse is being eaten alive. This is a classic appeal to nature, though. Should we see wild animals, especially predators, as our role models? And should we base our morality and ethics off of animals? Does that make sense? Especially when animals are in a different situation than us. Animals are doing it out of survival, and it's necessary. So can we really justify our behavior when we don't really need to eat animals to live, to survive? So we don't need to cause this kind of harm like certain apex predators do. Around 75% of all animals on Earth do not eat other animals. They are herbivores. So it's only predators. Should we see these animals as our role models? Should we base our morality off of animals which are far less intelligent than us? Because it's against the vegan message. It's kind of straw manning the vegan argument because it says, I respect nature, and that's not exactly what veganism is about. So it's misrepresenting vegans. I'm gonna have to put that in like D tier. I'm gonna have to put that pretty low. So we're starting off pretty low and humble. Okay, let's have That is a legendary meme face for sure. But it's pretty stereotypical at this point. Everyone has heard this joke before. But don't worry, the vegan will tell you. So it's not really very fresh. It's a bit old by now. The face is funny. I'll put that in C tier. It's not even an argument. It's just poking fun at vegans, and that's totally fine. Vegans are mocked a lot. We can take it on the chin. It's all good. Nothing. I just wanted to tell you I'm vegan. Yep. Okay. So similar thing. I might as well talk about this a little bit. So one of the reasons veganism has that perception is, number one, it makes people uncomfortable whenever vegans have to say that they're a vegan, because for non-vegans it's seen as challenging their moral status and forcing them to have a look at what they're doing and see if what they're doing is actually moral. The other reason is that we all eat at least 3 times a day. Some of us maybe 4 times a day if you're including snack breaks. So that's 4 times in a given day that the food conversation comes up. And when we think about the majority of our population is non-vegan, that means vegans, they have to say, please don't serve me that meat, I'm vegan. I think the conclusion that non-vegans jump to is that vegans are very loud and boastful about their veganism, when in fact they're kind of in a situation where they have to tell you, they have to communicate it, otherwise they're going to get served animal products. I'm going to put it down in C tier as well. This is what happens when children are raised by vegans. That is a pretty good picture, actually. I think that's pretty fun. It didn't make me laugh quite as much. I'm going to put it down in like D tier. Me in my car crying because of how much I love the cows on the side of the road. The cows. I do like the expressions. I guess cows are quite indifferent to how we feel about them. Probably not really thinking about you when you're driving past, but I would say that cows really do care about what you do to them. If you separate a cow from its young, which is standard practice in the dairy industry, oh yeah, the cow really cares about that. You would care about that as well. So yeah, I did like the expression on her face. I'm going to put it maybe B tier. Actually, no, I changed my mind. C tier, C tier. Veganism is like sex. If you're not enjoying it, you're not doing it right. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You probably enjoy better health, a lower carbon footprint. You're probably going to make friends as well. You can join this growing community of people who are caring, kind, compassionate, nice people. I thought it was going to be hard when I turned vegan, and I was pleasantly surprised. I did not find it nearly as hard as I expected it to be. So I have to agree with that. But it didn't make me laugh, so I'll put it in C tier because it is a good message. I have no idea what that even means. Do they mean that vegans are gonna eat the grass, or? I have no idea what that means, but I love the expression on his face. I'll put that in B tier. I like it. The only way to have a chicken for dinner. Yes. Yes. Yeah, bring round a chicken for dinner. Invite a chicken for dinner. I like that one. Cute. I'm putting that as B tier as well. Let's go. We've still got the best to come, I think. You must eat so healthy since you're vegan. Me. Peanut butter and crack sandwich. Just being vegan doesn't mean you're healthy by default. There's plenty of junk food, the vegan junk food, that tastes like really good, that tastes like it's a guilty pleasure for sure. I'm sure you can get very unhealthy on a vegan diet, just like you can get very unhealthy on a meat diet, because there's people are resistant to change. There's a lot of criticism on vegan diet. People are really concerned, oh, am I getting enough of this? Am I getting enough of that? But there's no level of scrutiny that's ever leveled against a meat eater who might just go down to the pub, drink some beers, have a pork pie, and that's a meal to them. No one's scrutinizing that, saying, did he get enough B12? Before I get on my soapbox, I'll put that in B tier. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Me trying to eat healthy, and then there are all these junk foods that you can take that are totally vegan. So this proves my point exactly, this meme. I like this meme a lot. I'll put it in A because I feel like we need something in A tier. Next one. I don't know why I found that so funny. I'm just really impressed with this meme. I'm really impressed that they actually made a little tiny bucket and a little tiny stool as well. I think that's fantastic. I have to put that in S tier. I know it doesn't have a super deep message, but I just love the idea of waking up at 5 a.m. to milk the almonds. That's brilliant. Oh, it's a kitty. Hello. Yeah, that's so cute. If you want a whole video on what vegans' approach is to owning pets, I can do a full video on that because it's a very interesting question. If I had to summarize it really quick, I would say that first of all, I don't see anything wrong with animal companionship. We're animals, cats are animals, we can be friends, and that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see. One of the problems with this is that we have created an artificial demand, an artificial market for pets like cats and dogs, where we selectively breed them, which is bad for the cat's health. We also feed them the tortured remains of animals that have been abused in factory farms. Meat-based cat foods and dog foods, it's sustaining an industry that is torturing other animals. So basically you're torturing these animals to feed to these animals. Anyway, for now, let's put this kitty. I'm just a sucker for anything cute. I do really like cute memes. I'm gonna put it in B tier, I think. Me looking at non-vegans eat all the vegan food at a party. Yeah, so when we think of vegan food, like a lot of vegan food is just food. Like it's food that we're used to eating. It's certainly possible that the vegan food can end up being the tastiest at a party. I'll put that maybe in A tier. It is very relatable. Oh, this one's a heavy hitting one. This is going through multiple objections that meat eaters have. Not all farmers. So many of the objections start with not all farmers. Oh, my auntie has this special farm where they take care of the animals so well, they give the animals names, but they kill them at the end. They send them to the slaughterhouse. I only buy free range. Yeah, they still go to the slaughterhouse. They still have their young taken from them. They still put down the males. Lions though, and plants have feelings too. Plants have feelings too is like the dumbest objection, because just anatomically, everyone knows that plants don't have feelings, that they have no evolutionary need to experience pain. So it's usually when the non-vegan feels morally threatened by the vegan, they will typically do this to try and level the playing field with the vegan, to make it like vegans are bad too, so that means I can be bad. So yeah, we've got 4 silly objections made by meat eaters in one meme. I've got to put that up in S tier. Yeah, S tier. You're getting bang for your buck with that meme. I like it. Oh, let's see. Okay, this is an anti-vegan meme. When you thought you ran over an animal, but it was just a person. Okay, you know what? I'm glad I found this meme because it allows me to talk about this as a subject. So basically vegans or any animal rights group that are not like really extremists, but just ordinary vegans, like they never assert that animals have equal value or equal status to an animal. For example, they would never argue that cows should have the right to vote. That would be silly. The only thing you need to think to be a vegan is that animals are worthy of any consideration at all. So even if you give a small amount of moral consideration to an animal, that is still worthy of consideration. So you don't have to put animals on the same moral value as a human. Like in a burning building where there's a young boy or a cat, you can choose the young boy, and you can do that with a clear conscience if it came down to a choice. But if there's even the small amount of moral consideration you give to an animal, that should be enough to not want to abuse them. Okay, that's the end of part 1. Let me know if you like this kind of format. I enjoyed recording it, so I hope you guys liked it. Part 2 is coming out soon. Check my channel because maybe it's already out when you're watching this. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.